Hello guys, in this short video I want to show you an example from a code I've been reviewing about database transactions in case where you need to make the changes in two database tables. In this case it's debiting passenger fee from the wallet, which actually comes down to these two database operations. Debit from the wallet and mark the passenger as paid. And I found this solution pretty elegant with a lot of cases thought about, so I decided to demonstrate it to you on this channel in this quick video. So let's take a look. First, since it has two operations to the database, great that we have DB transaction with variables passed from the outside. Then we're performing log4 update on two database tables. Then with those records, a few checks and exception if something is wrong. If everything is fine, then we're building some extra information and perform the debit and update. This is eloquent operation. This is even more complex operation, which has multiple operations inside. So here's the function wallet debit, which also gets a few checks. And then there's a function create transaction in the same model. So another database operation of wallet transactions create and then also update balance, which is another function inside, which is basically incrementing or decrementing the balance value. So now we have how many? 4 database operations probably called from the same DB transaction, and if any of those fail, of course DB transaction would be rolled back. But then this is not the most elegant solution. There's try catch on top of DB transaction, trying to catch database query exceptions. And then specifically looking at the message of that exception, and if the message contains deadlock found, then it will try again. So this will not be thrown, this will be sleeping for 100 milliseconds first time, then the second attempt would be 200 milliseconds, and so on. This is called exponential backoff, also used in Laravel jobs in the queues if they fail. But this strategy is outside of Laravel or PHP, is just exponentially increasing the backoff time for repeating operation if it fails. Now this attempt variable is on top here. And then on top of that, we have two variables, max retries and the same attempt. And here, while true, which looks scary at the first time, when I looked at it first time, but then it kind of made sense. If this is all successful, then break would break out of the loop while true. Otherwise, on query exception, we check this. If it's attempt number 5 or bigger, then we just throw an exception. Or in fact, for any other query exception besides deadlock found, then the exception would be thrown on the first attempt without exponential backoffs. So this solution is specifically for deadlocks, trying 5 times with 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, 400, and so on, to make sure or kind of increase the chance of the operation actually getting through. What do you think? I think it's a pretty elegant solution for databases with a lot of operations and bigger possibility of database deadlocks, but maybe for more simple projects it sounds like over-engineering. Let's discuss in the comments below. Also, in other note, I will take a short break from this YouTube channel, Christmas break, for a few weeks. So I will be back in January with new topics. And if you have any ideas for those topics, be active as usual in the comment section and subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the new videos in 2026. Meanwhile, Merry upcoming Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you in other videos.